don't forget to check out Neon Black Clothing. They're my sponsor. Use the code NEONDIVINE. I'll have it in the description below. And you can take 15% off your purchase at checkout. And that goes directly supporting me, and I really appreciate any of you who use it. So there's one thing that I wanted to talk about that I went through with my putting, and that is how I figured out what I was doing wrong during my putts. So looking at some film over the last month, I was able to determine that most of my putts are coming out with my hand not as flat as I would like it to be, and that's causing a lot of my putts to finish left and short. So what I really have tried to focus on is making sure I grip the disc firmly enough so that it's much more comfortable in the hand, and then making sure that it doesn't release early by kind of just letting my hand go slack. With this, keeping it flat allows me to generate more forward force, which helps me reduce my low misses that I was prone to at the beginning of this. And hopefully in some of these putts, you'll be able to see how I'm putting different than I did in my first video. I'm not going to have all of the putts in here, but there will be several, and from each distance with a couple different camera angles for each. So hopefully you enjoy, and let's get to some putting. So this wraps up my 100 putts a day for 30 days. And although I didn't get a ton better with 68 total putts made on day 1 versus 79 on the final day, I feel a lot more confident at my 20 and 25 foot putts than I did before going into this. 20 feet was always like kind of a tester range for me, and now I'm making between 80 and 90% of those putts without even having to think about it. It's kind of almost automatic at this point. So what I really want to be able to do is keep working on my putting and make sure that I can get 25 footers and 30 footers to feel like those 20 footers. So I'm confident when I walk up and know I'm going to make that putt. Also, if you noticed, I switched up some of my putters during this. So I started off with P1s, P2s, and a Rainmaker, and I ended up with 5 P2s at the end. One of them being an old D-line that I had lying around and was used because I have a rocky backyard and I don't want to, mess anything new up. And then I had 2 Flex 2 P2s and I had a couple of prototype P2s that are a little bit stiffer, and those are my putters that I currently bag. I think switching my putters to pretty much the same mold for my putting really helps out, so I'm not constantly holding a different disc in my hand and feeling it slightly different and thinking, does this feel right in my hand? It's always the same every time. And I think once you find a putter that you like, you should stick with it, try and get extras, and if you can find some used ones in really good condition for a lower price, pick them up, because you can never have too many putters to rotate through or to practice at home with. But I do think confidence is the big takeaway from this. Just knowing that you can walk up to your putt and being confident in what you've done, what you've trained to do, and making that putt and hopefully taking strokes off your score. I know I've been getting much better at putting. I'm not worried about those circle edge putts or even 20 and 25 footers as much as I used to be. And to me, that's going to make me a much better player, and I can't wait to see how I improve in the future. Also, don't forget to check out Neon Black Clothing. They're my sponsor. Use the code NEONDIVINE. I'll have it in the description below, and you can take 15% off your purchase at checkout. And that goes directly supporting me, and I really appreciate any of you who use it. So you know what to do. If you like the video, give it a like. Leave a comment down below on what your putting practice is like, or what putter do you use for your putts. Let me know, and I'll catch you all in the next video.